All right, so ready to dive into the world of fashion design.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's a wild ride, this one. Late nights, sketching fabric swatches everywhere, the thrill of seeing your creations, like, actually come to life.
It's intoxicating, isn't it? That blend of creativity and the business savvy.
Yeah.
You need the vision, but you also need to understand the market.
For sure. Well, we've got a career guide, an interview guide, and even some info on this AI called RoleCatcher.
Oh, cool.
So our mission is to help equip you to, like, absolutely nail that interview
Love it.
and stand out from the competition.
Yeah.
So let's start with the interview guide. It's got insightful questions hiring managers love to ask aspiring designers.
Right.
The first one's a classic. What inspired you to become a clothing fashion designer?
Ah, yeah. This is where you share your origin story.
Mm-hmm.
It's so tempting to fall back on those generic answers like, oh, I've always loved fashion.
Right.
But you need to think about what really ignited your passion. Was there a designer whose work you loved? Was there a piece of clothing that sparked your imagination?
Yeah, maybe a childhood memory of playing with fabrics or sketching
Yeah.
designs. They want to see the spark, the driving force behind your ambition.
Definitely. And be prepared for follow-up questions. They might ask you to elaborate on your influences or how that initial spark has evolved over time.
So let's say you're inspired by a vintage dress you found at a flea market.
Oh, nice.
You need to be ready to talk about the details, the cut, the fabric, the era it's from. What about it resonated with you, and how did it influence your own design aesthetic?
And this is where the career guide comes in handy.
Okay.
It emphasizes understanding fashion history and being able to articulate your design philosophy.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
It shows you're not just following trends. You're thinking critically about design
Yes.
and its evolution.
Hmm.
Okay, moving on. How do you stay up to date with the latest fashion trends? Now, I'm guessing reading magazines isn't going to cut it here.
You're telling me the fashion world moves so fast you got to be plugged into the industry's pulse? What blogs, podcasts, online publications do you follow?
Maybe you attend local fashion events or follow influential designers on social media.
Huh.
They want to see that you're actively seeking out inspiration and, like, keeping your finger on the pulse.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to mention specific examples.
Okay.
Did a recent runway show spark an idea? Have you been noticing a particular color palette emerging?
Oh, interesting. It's about demonstrating that you're not just aware of trends, you're analyzing them,
Right.
understanding the nuances and thinking about how you can translate them into your own designs.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, let's tackle this one. Can you tell me about a time you met a tight deadline?
The dreaded deadline question.
Right.
This is where they're assessing your work ethic, time management, and how you perform under pressure.
I mean, everyone knows the fashion world is fast-paced and demanding.
Oh, yeah.
So choose a story that highlights your resilience and your problem-solving skills.
Right.
Don't just say, oh yeah, I met the deadline. Walk them through the process.
Exactly what steps did you take to stay organized? Did you encounter any obstacles? How did you adapt and overcome them?
Maybe you had to pull an all-nighter to finish a project or collaborate with your team to find a creative solution.
Mm-hmm.
They want to see that you can handle the heat and deliver results even when the pressure is on. And this is where RoleCatcher's AI can be handy.
Oh, tell me more.
They analyze the job description and highlight the specific skills they're looking for, helping you tailor your answer to emphasize those qualities.
So it's like having a personal coach guiding you to highlight those relevant aspects of your experience.
Exactly. All right, let's move on to a question that really digs into your creative process. How do you balance creativity with practicality in your designs?
It's a balancing act, isn't it? You can dream up the most avant-garde creations.
Yeah.
But if they're not wearable or functional, they won't translate into a successful collection.
It's about understanding your target audience and the purpose of your designs. Are you designing for, like, the everyday fashionista or the red carpet?
Yeah.
Your approach will be different.
Totally. And explain how you gather inspiration. Translate that into sketches, and then consider things like comfort, durability, and cost-effectiveness.
So they want to see that you're not just an artist. You're a problem solver
Yes.
who can bring those wild ideas into the real world.
Exactly.
And this is another area where RoleCatcher can provide valuable insights.
Yeah.
By analyzing the job description and the company's design aesthetic, it can help you identify the specific balance they're looking for.
Oh, that's cool.
Maybe they're all about pushing boundaries and experimenting.
Right.
Or maybe they're more focused on classic silhouettes and wearability.
Mm-hmm.
RoleCatcher can help you tailor your answer to align with their specific approach. Okay, let's tackle this one. How do you handle constructive criticism and feedback on your designs? It's natural to feel a bit protective of your creations,
Yeah, for sure.
but it's crucial to show that you're open to feedback
Right.
and see it as an opportunity for growth.
Mm,
Think of a specific instance where you received feedback, how you processed it,
right.
and how you implemented those suggestions to improve your design.
Did it make the garment more functional? Enhance the overall aesthetic?
They want to see that you're not just a creative genius, but you're a team player who
Yeah.
can collaborate and learn from others.
And remember, the way you handle criticism says a lot about your professionalism and your ability to work effectively in a team.
For sure. Now let's dive into a question that lets you showcase your problem-solving skills. Can you describe a time when you had to come up with a creative solution to a design problem?
Oh, I love this one. Everyone faces challenges in the design process.
For sure.
Think about a specific instance where you had to think outside the box to overcome maybe a technical limitation, a budget constraint, or even like a last-minute fabric mishap.
No.
Happens all the time.
Really?
Walk them through your thought process.
Okay.
What were the options you considered? How did you weigh the pros and cons? And ultimately, what was that innovative solution you implemented?
And don't forget to mention the positive impact of your solution. Did it save time or resources? Did it enhance the functionality or aesthetics of the design? They want to see that you can think critically, act decisively, and find those creative solutions under pressure.
Absolutely.
And guess what? This is another area where RoleCatcher's AI can help you tailor your answer for maximum impact. By analyzing the job description and the company's profile, it can identify those specific challenges they face and help you highlight the relevant skills and experiences that demonstrate your ability to overcome similar obstacles.
It's like having a personalized guide helping you connect the dots between your past experiences and the specific needs of the role.
Exactly. All right, let's explore this next question. How do you incorporate cultural influences into your designs?
Ooh, this is where you demonstrate your awareness of the world beyond the runway.
Okay.
Have you been inspired by traditional textiles, historical garments, or art from different cultures?
It's about showing you're not simply appropriating elements, but rather thoughtfully incorporating them into your own unique design language.
Exactly. Explain your research process. How do you ensure authenticity and respect for the cultures you draw inspiration from? And then how do you translate those influences into a contemporary aesthetic?
This question lets you showcase your depth of knowledge, your cultural sensitivity,
Yeah,
and your ability to blend different influences harmoniously.
that's a good one.
And remember, RoleCatcher can help you highlight the specific cultural influences that are relevant to the company and the role.
Oh, that's helpful.
Maybe they're known for their global aesthetic or their commitment to diversity and inclusivity. RoleCatcher can help you tailor your answer to align with their values and design philosophy. Okay, let's move on to a question that bridges the gap between creativity and commerce. How do you balance the demands of creativity and business in your designs? It's no secret that fashion is a business,
For sure.
and you need to show you understand the bottom line.
Yes. Think about a time when you had to make a design decision based on both creative and practical considerations.
Maybe you had to adapt a design to fit a certain budget, or choose a fabric that was both stylish and durable. They want to see that you can balance your artistic impulses with the realities of production and consumer needs.
And don't be afraid to talk about your understanding of target markets, pricing strategies, or even marketing trends.
That's a good point. Shows you're thinking about the bigger picture, not just the design itself.
Right.
And again, RoleCatcher can be a valuable resource here. By analyzing the company's market position and target audience, it can help you tailor your answer to highlight your understanding of their specific business challenges and opportunities.
It's like having a secret weapon, giving you the insights you need to impress them and convince them that you're the perfect fit for their team. It's like having a backstage pass to their business strategy,
Yeah. All right, the next question is geared towards those with leadership experience.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about your experience managing a design team?
Okay.
Even if you haven't officially led a team, think about times you've collaborated on projects or taken initiative.
Exactly. Like, did you organize a group project in design school? Were you the go-to person for advice?
Those experiences show leadership qualities,
Right.
communication delegation, the ability to inspire others.
For sure. Share an example that highlights your collaborative approach, your ability to motivate others and bringing out the best in a team.
Yeah, and this is where RoleCatcher can analyze the specific leadership skills they're seeking and allow you to really cherry-pick experiences that perfectly align.
That's so helpful.
It's like having a personal PR agent, crafting a narrative that showcases your leadership potential, even if you haven't held a formal management position.
Wow. I like that. Okay, let's switch gears a bit and tap into this career guide.
Okay.
It goes beyond just interview prep and paints a picture of what it's actually like to be a fashion designer.
Yeah.
So first, it dives into the roles and responsibilities, starting with the entry-level position of assistant designer.
Okay.
Think of it as like fashion boot camp.
Okay.
You're learning the ropes, assisting senior designers, and soaking up knowledge.
The guide mentions tasks like researching trends, creating mood boards, and even helping with fittings.
Yeah, it's all about gaining that hands-on experience and building a solid foundation.
And this hands-on experience is crucial for building a killer portfolio, which the guide emphasizes as a must-have.
Oh, for sure. Think of your portfolio as your visual resume, you know?
Okay.
It showcases your best work, your creativity and technical skills. It should tell a story about who you are as a designer.
The guide recommends including a variety of projects that show your range
Yeah.
and versatility. So maybe you have some stunning illustrations, innovative pattern designs, or even some finished garments you've created.
And don't be afraid to get creative with the presentation, you know?
Okay.
A well-designed portfolio can make you stand out. Think high-quality photos, interesting layouts, and even incorporating technology to showcase your work in a dynamic way.
The guide even suggests creating a digital portfolio website or using online platforms like Behance.
Yeah, make it easy for potential employers to discover your talent.
Exactly. And this is another area where RoleCatcher's AI can be a game changer. By analyzing job descriptions and company profiles, it can identify the skills and experience they're looking for, helping you tailor your portfolio to highlight those areas.
So it's like having a personal curator guiding you to present your work in a way that resonates.
Exactly. Once you've honed your skills as an assistant designer, the next step is to become a full-fledged fashion designer.
Yeah, this is where you start taking the reins, leading your own projects, and seeing your vision come to life.
The guide highlights key responsibilities like conducting market research, developing design concepts, creating sketches, technical drawings, and collaborating with pattern makers and sample machinists.
It's a role that demands both creative flair and a strong understanding of the technical aspects of garment construction.
And it requires excellent communication skills to effectively collaborate with your team,
Yes,
present your ideas, and manage feedback.
for sure. And as you gain experience and expertise, you can eventually climb the ladder to become a senior designer, leading a team of your own and shaping the overall direction of a brand or collection.
The guide emphasizes the importance of developing leadership skills, mentoring junior designers, and managing budgets and timelines.
It's a role that demands a strategic mindset, strong communication skills, and the ability to inspire and motivate others.
And for those who aspire to the very top, the ultimate goal is to become a head designer.
Yes, leading the creative vision of an entire brand and
Yeah.
overseeing all aspects of design from concept to production.
The career guide provides valuable insights into the skills, experience, and personal qualities you need to cultivate to achieve success at every stage.
Right.
Now, the guide also delves into the pros and cons of being a fashion designer,
Right.
painting a realistic picture of the highs and lows of this career.
It's not all glitz and glam.
Yeah. Let's start with the positives.
Great.
What are some of the perks that make this career path so alluring?
Well, the most obvious perk is the opportunity for creative expression. You get to bring your ideas to life.
Yeah.
See people wearing your creations. It's a real buzz.
It's like watching your imagination walk down the runway.
Totally.
Mhm.
And there's the constant challenge and stimulation of working in a fast-paced creative environment, you know?
Yeah.
You're always learning, growing, pushing the boundaries.
Yeah, it's a career that keeps you on your toes, constantly inspired.
Right. And let's not forget the potential to make a real impact. Fashion is a powerful form of self-expression.
Yeah.
Your designs can influence trends, inspire others, and even spark social change.
It's a chance to use your creativity to make a statement, challenge norms, and contribute to a more diverse and inclusive fashion landscape.
For sure. And of course, there's the potential for recognition and success.
Yeah.
If you're talented, driven, and a bit lucky, you could become a household name, build your own brand, or even dress celebrities.
It's a world of glamour, creativity, and endless possibilities.
It is, but of course, no career path is without its challenges.
Right.
Let's take a look at some of the cons as highlighted in the career guide.
Okay, the guide mentions that the fashion industry is notoriously competitive.
Yeah.
It's a tough world to break into, and even tougher to stay afloat.
It's a constant hustle requiring not only talent and creativity, but also business-savvy networking skills and a thick skin.
Yeah, you need to be incredibly driven, persistent, and adaptable to navigate the ups and downs.
And the guide also points out the long and irregular working hours.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about it.
Fashion shows, collection deadlines, and client demands can often lead to late nights, weekend work, and even travel.
It's not a 9-to-5 job. It's a lifestyle.
Right. It requires dedication, passion, and a willingness to put in the extra hours.
And the guide mentions the high pressure and stress
Yeah.
that often accompany a career in fashion design. The constant need to innovate, meet deadlines, manage budgets, and stay ahead of the competition can take a toll.
It's true. You got to develop healthy coping mechanisms, prioritize self-care, and find ways to manage the pressure to avoid burnout.
The guide also highlights the challenges of establishing a successful fashion brand.
Yeah.
It's a dream for many designers, but it's also a daunting undertaking.
It is. It requires not only creative talent, but also business acumen, marketing expertise, and the financial resources to get your brand off the ground.
It's a long and winding road,
Yeah.
and it takes resilience, determination, and a bit of luck to make it.
But for those who are passionate, driven, and willing to embrace the challenges, the rewards can be immense.
Now let's dive into how RoleCatcher's AI can be your secret weapon in navigating this industry. We've already talked about how it can help you tailor your resume and portfolio, but it goes way beyond that.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Imagine an AI that can analyze thousands of job descriptions, identify the skills employers are seeking, and even provide feedback on your interview answers,
It's like having a personal career coach.
guiding you every step of the way.
Exactly.
One of the coolest features is its ability to analyze job descriptions and extract those key skills and keywords employers are looking for, and then helps you incorporate those keywords into your resume cover letter and even your interview answers.
It's like having a secret decoder ring, you know.
Hi.
You can speak the language of the ATS and get your application noticed.
It goes beyond just keywords. RoleCatcher can analyze your past experiences and suggest relevant examples to use in your answers.
Oh, wow.
Let's say a question asks about a time you demonstrated leadership. RoleCatcher can scan your work history and identify instances where you took initiative, managed projects, or mentored others, even if those experiences weren't in a formal leadership role.
It's like having a personal PR agent,
Exactly.
crafting a narrative that highlights your strengths.
And one of the most innovative features is its AI-powered video practice tool. You can record yourself answering common interview questions and receive instant feedback on your performance.
That's so cool.
It analyzes your body language, your tone of voice, and even your choice of words,
Wow.
providing personalized tips to help you project confidence and authenticity.
It's like having a virtual interview coach.
Exactly. Now let's switch gears a bit and talk about the work environment for clothing fashion designers. What can you tell us about the typical conditions and interactions in this field?
Well, the work environment can be as diverse as the fashion industry itself.
Okay.
It really depends on the size and structure of the company or design house. You might find yourself in a bustling design studio collaborating with a team of creatives,
Okay.
or you might work independently from a home office or a shared workspace.
So there's a range from a vibrant, collaborative atmosphere to a more focused and independent setting.
Yeah, exactly. And the pace can vary too. There might be periods of intense activity leading up to deadlines or fashion shows, followed by periods of relative calm where you can focus on research or developing new ideas.
So it's definitely not a monotonous 9-to-5 job.
Mhm.
There's a lot of variety, excitement, and a constant buzz of creative energy.
Oh, for sure. But it requires adaptability and the ability to manage your time effectively.
To handle the ebb and flow.
Right. And the work itself often involves a blend of individual creativity and collaborative teamwork.
Okay.
You might spend hours sketching alone, lost in your own world, and then shift gears to brainstorm ideas with your team.
So it's a balance between those moments of solitary creative flow and the dynamic energy of collaboration.
Yes, exactly. And the interactions within a fashion design environment can be just as diverse. You'll be interacting with a wide range of people, from fellow designers and pattern makers to stylists, buyers, and even clients.
It's a melting pot of creative personalities, each bringing their own unique perspective and expertise.
And strong communication skills are crucial to navigate this multifaceted environment.
For sure. What about technology? How has technology impacted the work of clothing fashion designers?
Oh, technology is revolutionizing the fashion industry in so many ways.
Okay.
From the initial design concept to the final garment production.
So it's not just about sketching on paper and draping fabric on mannequins anymore.
Not at all. Computer-aided design, CAD software, has become essential.
Interesting.
Programs like Adobe Illustrator and CLO 3D allow designers to create digital sketches, manipulate patterns, and even simulate how garments will drape and move on a virtual model.
It's like having a virtual fashion studio at your fingertips.
Yeah, and it opens up new possibilities for customization and sustainability. Designers can create virtual prototypes, test variations, and even showcase their collections in virtual fashion shows.
That's amazing. It's like fashion is stepping into the future.
Right. And technology is also transforming the way designers research trends, connect with consumers, and market their brands.
Okay.
Social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest have become essential for showcasing designs, building a following, and engaging with customers.
It's like having a global runway show accessible to anyone.
Yeah, and e-commerce platforms like Shopify have made it easier than ever for designers to sell their creations directly to consumers.
So technology is both empowering and challenging for designers.
Yes.
It provides new opportunities, but it also requires constant adaptation.
Right. It's an exciting time to be a clothing fashion designer with technology constantly pushing the boundaries.
Now, speaking of technology, I'd love to hear more about how RoleCatcher's AI can help candidates tailor their answers and prepare for specific job roles.
That's a great question, and it's where RoleCatcher really shines. It's not just a job search platform, it's a personalized career development tool that uses AI to help you present your best self.
So it's like having a secret weapon in your job search arsenal.
Exactly. One of the key ways RoleCatcher can help is by analyzing job descriptions and identifying those specific skills and keywords that employers are looking for. It's not about using generic answers. It's about understanding the nuances of each job description and tailoring your materials to highlight those skills.
It's like having a personal translator decoding the language of the job market.
Right. And RoleCatcher goes beyond just identifying keywords. It can also analyze your past experiences, your education, and even your online presence to suggest relevant examples for your interview answers.
That's incredible.
Let's say a question asks about a time you demonstrated problem-solving skills. RoleCatcher can scan your work history and identify instances where you faced challenges, overcame obstacles, or found creative solutions, even if those experiences weren't explicitly labeled as problem-solving.
So it helps you connect the dots between your past experiences and the requirements of the role.
Yes, it's like having a personal storyteller weaving your experiences into a cohesive narrative.
And for those who get nervous about interviews, RoleCatcher's AI-powered video practice tool is amazing.
It is. You can record yourself answering questions and receive instant feedback on your performance.
From your body language and tone of voice to your choice of words.
It's like having a virtual interview coach providing personalized tips.
Now, the career guide also mentions the importance of staying updated with industry trends. What are some effective ways for aspiring clothing fashion designers to stay ahead of the curve?
Staying current in the fashion world is like surfing a tidal wave.
Whoa.
You need to be constantly aware of the shifting currents, the emerging trends.
It's not just about knowing what's hot this season. It's about anticipating what will be the next big thing.
Right. And thankfully, there are countless ways to stay plugged in. Attending fashion shows, if possible, provides a front row seat to the latest collections.
It's like immersing yourself in the creative energy.
Yeah. And for those who can't jet off to Paris or Milan for every fashion week, there are online platforms like Vogue Runway and the Business of Fashion that provide comprehensive coverage.
It's like having a virtual fashion week at your fingertips.
Exactly. And then there's social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest are teaming with fashion influencers, bloggers, and brands showcasing the latest styles.
It's like having a global fashion magazine that's constantly updated.
And don't forget about industry publications like Women's Wear Daily, Vogue Business, and the Business of Fashion. These offer in-depth analysis of trends, designer profiles, business news, and commentary.
It's about going beyond the surface level and understanding the forces that shape the industry.
Yes. And for a more hands-on approach, consider attending industry events, workshops, and conferences.
These gatherings provide a chance to network, learn from experts, and even showcase your work.
It's like immersing yourself in the heart of the industry.
And don't underestimate the value of simply observing people on the street, in cafes, or in stores.
Oh, that's a good one.
Real-world style is often a precursor to mainstream trends.
It's like conducting your own personal fashion research.
And don't forget about the power of history. Studying vintage fashion, exploring museum collections, and researching the evolution of style can provide a deeper understanding.
It's about recognizing that fashion is often a reinterpretation of the past.
Now, we've talked a lot about the skills and knowledge needed to succeed as a clothing fashion designer. But what about the personal qualities and attributes? What are some of the key personality traits employers look for?
Ah, yes, the intangibles. The qualities that can't be taught, but that can make all the difference.
So what are those magical ingredients?
Well, first and foremost, you need creativity. It's the driving force behind every design.
It's about having that innate curiosity, that childlike wonder.
Exactly. And passion is equally important.
Okay.
The fashion industry is demanding. Those who thrive are truly passionate about their craft.
It's that fire in your belly that keeps you going.
Right. And
Yeah.
speaking of tough, you need determination and resilience. The fashion world is full of rejection. You need to be able to bounce back.
It's about having that inner strength,
Yeah.
that belief in yourself.
And a keen eye for detail is essential.
Oh,
Fashion is all about the details. Those seemingly small details can make a huge difference.
it's about being meticulous, obsessed with perfection.
And you need a strong sense of aesthetics. This goes beyond simply knowing what looks good.
Right.
It's about understanding balance, proportion, color harmony.
It's like having an innate sense of style.
And in today's industry, excellent communication skills are a must.
For sure.
You need to articulate your ideas, clearly present your designs with confidence, and work effectively as part of a team.
It's about being able to communicate your vision both verbally and visually.
And speaking of collaboration, you need to be a team player.
Okay.
Fashion design is rarely a solo endeavor.
Right?
You'll be working closely with others to bring your designs to life.
It's about being able to collaborate effectively and respect different perspectives.
And you need to be adaptable. The fashion world is constantly changing. You need to embrace change, learn new skills, and adapt your designs.
It's about being flexible, open to new ideas.
And last but not least, you need a thick skin.
Okay.
Rejection is part of the game.
Right.
You need to be able to handle criticism, gracefully learn from your mistakes, and use those experiences as fuel to grow.
It's about separating your ego from your work.
Yes, it's about having the resilience to pick yourself up and keep creating.
Now let's talk about the different specializations within clothing fashion design.
This is where you can carve out your niche,
Okay.
focusing on an area that aligns with your passions and your strengths.
So what are some of the most common specializations?
Well, one of the most popular is women's wear design.
Yeah.
As the name suggests, it focuses on creating clothing for women,
Right.
encompassing a wide range of styles from everyday wear to evening gowns.
It's a broad category that allows for immense creativity.
And it requires a deep understanding of the female form, current trends, and the evolving demands of the market.
Another popular specialization is menswear design.
Yeah, this focuses on creating clothing for men,
Okay.
from suits and shirts to casual wear and sportswear.
It's a field that has seen a lot of innovation in recent years.
It has, with designers challenging traditional notions of masculinity and embracing more expressive styles.
We're seeing a move away from those rigid confines of classic menswear towards more fluid silhouettes and bolder colors.
It requires an understanding of the male physique, current trends, and the evolving tastes of men.
Another growing specialization is children's wear design.
Yeah, this focuses on creating clothing for children of all ages,
Okay.
from infants to teenagers.
It's a field that demands a unique blend of creativity, practicality, and understanding the needs of different age groups.
You need to be able to design clothing that's both stylish and functional, comfortable and durable.
And it often involves working with bright colors, playful patterns, and whimsical details.
Another specialization that's gaining momentum is sustainable fashion design.
Oh, interesting.
This focuses on creating clothing that's environmentally and socially responsible, using eco-friendly materials and ethical production practices.
It's a field that's driven by a growing awareness of the impact of the fashion industry.
It is. It's about creating clothing that's good for the planet and the people who make it.
And it involves exploring new materials, innovative production techniques, and circular design principles.
Absolutely. Another niche area is sportswear design.
Cool.
This focuses on creating clothing for athletes and active individuals,
Right.
from yoga pants and running shoes to high-performance gear.
It's a field that demands a deep understanding of ergonomics performance fabrics and the needs of athletes.
And it often involves working with innovative technologies to enhance comfort, performance, and durability.
Another specialization that's blurring the lines between the physical and digital worlds is digital fashion design.
Oh, wow. Tell me more.
This involves using CAD software to create virtual garments and accessories
Wow.
that can exist solely in the digital realm or be translated into physical garments using 3D printing.
That's fascinating.
It's a rapidly growing field that's opening up new possibilities for creativity, sustainability, and self-expression.
And it's creating new opportunities for designers to showcase their work and collaborate with brands.
Now, beyond these core specializations, there are countless other niche areas. You could specialize in designing accessories,
Yeah.
from handbags and shoes to jewelry and hats.
Or costumes for theater, film, or television.
You could focus on creating clothing for a specific demographic, like plus-size fashion, or adaptive clothing for people with disabilities.
You could even combine your love of fashion with other interests, like art, technology, sustainability, or social justice.
The possibilities are endless.
They are. It's about finding that area that sparks your passion and allows you to express your creativity.
Now, as you explore different specializations, it's important to remember that the fashion industry is constantly evolving.
For sure.
New trends emerge, technologies advance, and consumer preferences shift.
It's like navigating a constantly shifting landscape.
So how can aspiring fashion designers stay ahead of the curve and ensure their skills remain relevant?
Continuous learning is key.
Yeah.
It's about staying curious, seeking out new knowledge, and expanding your skill set.
The career guide emphasizes ongoing education, whether it's taking courses, attending conferences, or pursuing online tutorials.
It's about investing in your professional development.
And learning doesn't stop when you graduate or land your first job. It's a lifelong journey.
Right. And beyond formal education, it's important to stay connected with the industry
Okay.
through networking, attending events, reading publications, and following influential designers on social media.
It's about building relationships, staying informed, and immersing yourself in the world of fashion.
And remember, the fashion industry is a global community. Don't limit yourself to your local scene.
Okay.
Explore fashion from different cultures, different eras, and different perspectives.
Attend international events, follow designers from around the world, and research the history of style.
And don't be afraid to experiment. Push your creative boundaries and try new things.
The more you experiment, the more you learn and discover your own unique style.
And as you continue to learn and grow, remember that the fashion industry is more than just creating beautiful clothes. It's about making a statement, expressing your vision, and connecting with your audience.
It's about using your creativity to tell a story, to evoke emotions, and to inspire others.
And as you embark on your fashion design journey, remember that it's as much about the journey as the destination. It's about embracing the challenges, celebrating the victories, and constantly learning and growing.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into clothing fashion design, let's reflect on some key takeaways.
What are some of the most important lessons we've learned?
Well, first and foremost, we've seen that passion is paramount. It's the fuel that drives creativity.
It's that undeniable love for fashion, that burning desire to create.
And we've learned that continuous learning is essential. The fashion world is constantly evolving.
To stay ahead of the curve, you need to be a lifelong student.
It's about staying curious, pushing your creative boundaries.
And we've seen that networking is key in this industry. Yeah.
Building relationships can open doors to opportunities.
It's about attending events, joining organizations, and staying active on social media.
And don't be afraid to reach out to designers you admire for advice.
You never know what valuable insights you might gain.
And as we've seen, technology is transforming the industry. It's important to embrace those advancements.
Whether it's mastering design software, leveraging social media, or exploring new innovations like digital fashion.
Technology can be a powerful tool.
And we've learned that sustainability, inclusivity, and ethical production practices are essential values that are shaping the future of fashion.
It's about using your creativity to make a positive impact on the world.
And success in the fashion industry is not just about talent, it's about hard work, determination, resilience, and a willingness to embrace challenges.
And tools like RoleCatcher's AI can be invaluable assets.
They can help you optimize your resume, prepare for interviews, and even get discovered by employers.
It's about leveraging technology to empower yourself. So as you embark on your fashion design journey, remember these key takeaways. Embrace your passion, nurture your creativity, stay curious, build relationships, and never stop learning.
The world of fashion is waiting for your unique vision.
It's like having a compass and a roadmap, to navigate this exciting but often overwhelming world.
Exactly. Now let's talk about salary expectations. It's natural to wonder about the financial rewards of a career in fashion design, but like many creative fields, it's not always about the big bucks, especially when you're starting out.
So what can aspiring fashion designers realistically expect when it comes to salary?
Well, as with most professions, it really depends on a number of factors: your experience level, location specialization, and the size and reputation of the company you work for.
So there's no one-size-fits-all answer.
Exactly. But let's break down some of the key factors that typically influence earning potential.
Okay, let's start with experience. How does experience level impact salary expectations?
As you might expect, experience is a major factor. Entry-level designers, those fresh out of design school, can expect to earn a lower salary than more experienced designers with a proven track record.
It's like any other profession. You start at the bottom and work your way up.
Exactly. As you gain experience, you develop your skills, build your portfolio, establish your network, and demonstrate your ability to handle responsibility. All of those factors contribute to your earning potential.
And as you progress, taking on more senior roles, leading teams, and perhaps even launching your own brand, your salary expectations will naturally increase.
Well, absolutely. It's a journey of growth and development, both creatively and professionally.
Now, what about location? How does geography play a role in salary expectations?
Location is a significant factor in fashion, perhaps even more so than in other fields. Major fashion hubs like New York, London, Paris, and Milan tend to offer higher salaries than smaller cities.
It's all about supply and demand, right?
Yeah.
In those major fashion capitals, there's more competition for talent, which drives up salaries.
You're exactly right. And those cities also tend to have a higher cost of living, which is reflected in the salaries.
So if you're aiming for the big leagues, be prepared to pay a premium for the privilege.
Exactly. But it's not just about the big cities. There are thriving fashion scenes in smaller cities and even in rural areas, especially with the rise of e-commerce.
That's a good point. The internet has really leveled the playing field in many ways.
Absolutely. So while location is a factor, it's not the only
Yeah.
factor. Your talent, your drive, and your ability to connect with your audience are just as important no matter where you're based.
Now, what about specialization? How does choosing a particular niche impact earning potential?
Specialization can definitely influence salary. Some niche areas like luxury fashion or haute couture tend to command higher salaries than more mainstream areas.
It's about the perceived value and exclusivity, right?
Exactly. Those working in high-end fashion are often catering to a more affluent clientele and creating garments with a higher price tag.
It's like the difference between designing a ready-to-wear collection for a department store and creating a one-of-a-kind gown for a red carpet event.
Exactly. And some specializations like sustainable fashion or digital fashion design are in high demand right now as the industry evolves. That high demand can also drive up salaries.
It's about aligning your skills with the evolving needs of the industry.
Now, what about the size and reputation of the company? How does that factor in?
It's natural to assume that larger, more established companies would offer higher salaries than smaller independent brands.
You're absolutely right. Larger companies often have more resources and a higher profile, which allows them to offer more competitive salaries and benefits. And they often have more structured career paths.
It's like the difference between working for a multinational corporation and a small startup.
Exactly. Some designers thrive in the fast-paced environment of a large company, while others prefer the creative freedom of a smaller brand. It's about finding the environment that best suits you.
Now, beyond these key factors, there are other variables that can influence your earning potential.
Absolutely. Your negotiation skills, your portfolio, your network, and your ability to market yourself can all play a role in securing a higher salary.
It's about knowing your worth and showcasing your skills.
And it's about staying informed about industry salary benchmarks. Don't be afraid to negotiate for what you deserve.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
And it's important to remember that salary is just one factor to consider.
It's also crucial to assess the company culture, the opportunities for growth, and the overall alignment with your values and career goals.
It's about finding a role that's not only financially rewarding, but also personally fulfilling.
Exactly. It's about finding that sweet spot where your passion, your skills, and your values align.
Now, as we wrap up this episode, I want to leave our listeners with a final thought.
What's that spark of inspiration?
The fashion world is a whirlwind of creativity and change. But amidst all the chaos, remember to stay true to your own unique vision. What story do you want to tell with your designs?
It's about finding your voice and letting your passion shine through.
The fashion industry needs fresh perspectives and innovative ideas.
So embrace your creativity, hone your skills, build your network, and never stop learning.
The world of fashion is waiting for your unique contribution.
And remember, with passion, persistence, and a little help from technology, you can turn your fashion dreams into reality.
That's fantastic. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of clothing fashion design. We hope you found this episode informative, inspiring, and empowering. Until next time, keep creating, keep innovating, and keep pushing the boundaries of style.